Well. What a rambunctious bunch we have this Saturday morning. Guys, the feed has already been exploding with merriment and mayhem, and I love it. What is everybody chit-chatting about? EMZ, Llama, Theo, Cosmic. What's up, everyone? Why is there no sound? Wait, no sound? Can y'all hear me? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Great, cool. So the llama had her sound turned off, but that's all right. Better safe than sorry. I'm glad that you posted it. Welcome everyone to the morning build this Saturday morning. As you saw in the description, the discussion today centers around Master Wu at 6 stars. Have you unlocked him? Can you unlock him? Can you do it without a tank? That's the situation I find myself in, and let me tell you, I've done about 14 attempts at this node so far, and I've managed to get through the first wave without losing any heroes once. And then I just immediately got rocked on the second wave. So far, no. But I did manage to get the 5-star Wu without a tank on my team on the very first try. So I'm gonna go through and show you what team I used to do that in case you are having trouble with it. And then we're gonna put in a couple of attempts here to try and see if we can do it with our team on the 6-star node. And then we're probably gonna give up and keep going with the rest of the game that we have to play. So let's launch into it. Yoma, hello. What's up? Cosmic, thank you. I can do it. But without a tank, you're right. Who knows? Reggie managed to get Wu at 6 stars without Scarlet. Reggie, nice. So what team did you use, Reggie? Tell me what it looked like. I want to know right now. Llama, I should be able to. We'll be running full Buccaneers, doing it live later this afternoon. Well, I hope it works. I have 1 Buccaneer missing, filled in with Private LeQuay, who is 100% the weak link on this team. Before I go in and try again, I will show you what the actual team is that I'm running here. Pirates. So, here we go up at the top. Ignore Valiant for a second and replace with Argenta. Everybody is at level 57. Wait a minute. Didn't I level up to 58? I did! I did level up to 58. We're gonna kick these guys up to level 58 and see if it miraculously becomes doable with everybody being 1 level higher. Oh no, we can't! Because we don't have enough scrolls. I have 0 scrolls. How did that happen? I've never gotten to 0 scrolls. What event is today? Collector event. Wow. Oh no. What to do, what to do, what to do. What are the challenges? All right, we got a scroll challenge. So that'll give me 6,000 scrolls, which is not enough to level up even a single character, I don't think, to level 58. Wow. How did we manage to accomplish this feat? This feat of no experience scrolls. To be honest with you, I'm more impressed than I am surprised or disappointed. That's really incredible. Who ever got to 0 experience scrolls? Wow. All right, settle down, Matt. Figure out what to do. Well, I suppose I should come in and go ahead and use all of my energy in all of the different nodes. That'll give me some experience scrolls. And then go into the shop and see what my options are there should I need even more of them. But wow, I did not see that one coming. So let's go ahead and collect all the extra energy and quests for the day so that we can try and get back on track with that one. We're gonna go over this whole time quest situation too, because there's a lot of time quests that they put out here all of a sudden. And one in particular, the Mr. Moneybags event, had everybody floored and surprised because it was not scheduled. And they did give us a schedule, but it did not include Moneybags. So not only did a Moneybags come out, but it's a bad one. Anyway, let's come into the heroes. Let's use our energy where we want to be using our energy. We're gonna get more Commander Cold tiles. And then I think I'm actually going to spend some time focusing on trying to get some of the easier to reach pieces of gear for the pirates that I already have, so that I have a better chance of unlocking Woo. Aw, boo, 0 Commander Cold tiles out of 6 attempts. Ugh, that just feels gross. Every time it happens, it feels bad. All right, let's see. Increase Redbeard's health. Here we go. Increase his attack. That's what I want to increase. Increase his attack even more. So, what is required here? 3. So I need 6 of these apples and I need 6 of these bananas. Got plenty of them. Fancy hammers. I need 9 of these apples and I'm going to need 9 of these hammers. That means I need 8 more of these hammers to increase Redbeard's attack. So, we're going to get some extra energy and use it here. My goodness. You guys are flying today. Extreme. What's up, guys? Surprise Moneybags was scary, very much so. If they swapped the value over, it would have at least gone down better. 6 million on a random one, but 1 million on a scheduled one. Yeah, Theo, I completely agree with you. You know what? Since we're here discussing this right now, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back up. We threw this up in the content creator channel on Discord as well. Here's my biggest issue with it. First off, they have 5 timed events running, 5 time quests running in tandem. It's a lot to keep track of. Now I know some of them are old, like Waste Hunter, old, but a lot of the other ones are new, and all of them have a slow, or all of them have a fast timer, right? All of them were under 3 days. So there's, first off, a lot of new stuff to focus on, which could be good if it was all new content that we were figuring out. But in this case, it's too many things to jumble up right at one. Firstly, they release a Grand Champion event that requires you to win 36 arena battles in 3 days. In 3 days, you get 15 arena battles by default. Even if you were to pay every single day for 3 days to replace them, you'd still only get 30 attempts. And you have to win 36 arena battles, which means on 2 of these days, you're gonna have to refill your arena battles twice. And then you have to win 36 of them in order to complete this timed quest. This seems like a massive boneheaded move, to be completely frank. Brixpedition Voyager is a little bit better, right? You've got 3 days to win 30 Brixpedition missions, and you'll get a new map on each of these days, so shouldn't be too hard, especially because we are at the beginning of a new Brixpedition cycle anyway. So you're on boards 1, 2, and 3. Okay, fine. Event Planner, a 3-day event planner to spend 2,300 energy in the Brick Pace event. Clearly, this is designed for the whales who are going to be spending a lot of their gems in the DigiJ energy, so not really much to talk about here. But let's get to the big one. Mr. Moneybags. They gave, without warning, 3 days to spend 6.25 million coins. When we just had a Mr. Moneybags event, and we're gonna have another Moneybags event in less than a week. So they tell you to hoard your coins, and they tell you to hoard your coins, and then right in the middle of that, they put an opportunity for you to use a massive amount of coins that you didn't know was coming, and then they only give you 3 days to do it. Now, we have seen this 6 million coin mark before, but we saw it on a Moneybags event that lasted for an entire week. And we've seen the 3-day limitation before, but we've seen that on a Moneybags event that only required you to spend like 1 or 2 million coins. In this case, it seems like they've done the worst of both worlds, where they've given us the short timer and the extreme amount of coins to spend. And honestly, I cannot fathom a reason why. And I don't know that anyone else can. I mean, the Discord server was a flurry with comments about how terrible this Moneybags event placement is. Now, there was a suggestion made that I actually like, that was, instead of coming up with a Moneybags event the way it is now, which basically encourages players to hoard coins and only spend them at certain times of the game, which basically stops progress of the game. Instead of having it on a smooth ramp, it's a stair step now, right? Because I'm going to spend and then I'm going to do nothing until I spend again. That he said, well, why don't we change this to earn coins instead of spend coins, right? So you get rewarded once again for simply playing the game. And this would fall in line with, say, a Waste Hunter event where you're already doing the monolith waste anyway. This just rewards you for making sure that you're doing it. And the Mr. Moneybags event, if they were to switch it and say you have to earn money, they'd do essentially the same thing. It would just give us one other metric to track. I don't know. What do you think? While you are discussing, I'm going to come in here and spend some of this monolith energy, see if I can get some more Kelvin tiles and some tier 3 ability elixirs. So, as you guys saw, I did unlock Master Wu at 5 stars, and I do know that I am going to be leveling him up. Why do I? Oh, because I'm clicking on the wrong button. And I have been spending to level him up, and the limitation that I am coming to first is tier 3 ability elixirs. He requires so many of them. Let's see, 5 for 100 gems. No, we're done with that. So I'm going to come in here and finish out Kelvin, then pop over to board 4, where I can get more ability elixirs. While I'm doing that, let's see what you guys have to say in the chitty chat. Extreme, stuck on the Woo event. I don't have enough 3-star pirates. Extreme, don't worry about it too much, because at 3 stars, to be completely honest with you, you can't unlock Woo anyway. Until you can beat the 5-star Woo node, you actually don't need to worry about it very much, because despite the rewards that you get, right, the money and the gems that you get from completing the earlier tiers of the event, which are very, very useful, without being able to clear the 5th node, you won't get the character anyway. So don't worry about it too much. Cosmic says he can't complete it without wailing. How do we feel about Magisto tiles coming in a timed quest? Generally speaking, I think it's okay. I'm not a giant fan of it because it changes what Magisto sort of represents, which is, well, I mean, he's the character that you unlock through achievements. Just like Redbeard is the character that you unlock by logging in every day. Now, should they change Redbeard out for people who already have him at 7 stars? Probably. But I don't know that there's anybody who has Magisto at 7 stars yet, even if you've completed all of the achievements. So I think that by throwing in tiles for him into the time quest, it helps out some of the people who cannot complete the achievements. But that's the point, isn't it? Of the achievements, Magisto is supposed to be this advanced character that's locked behind your ability to complete the more advanced portions of the game. Makes him kind of a whale character. Only, I mean, to get it 7 stars. Pretty much anybody can get him at 5 stars. Most people already do have him at 5 stars. But I don't know. It doesn't bother me, but I think there's plenty of other characters they could have thrown in, especially since we're in the middle of this Ninja Woo event. The choice to throw in Magisto seems weird. They could have thrown in any of the other ninjas. They could have thrown in other pirates to help unlock Master Wu. It just seems kind of weird and random to me. Angry Birds, you don't level up your pirates. Angry Birds. How do you not level up your pirates, man? They're all about the money. You want the money. You want the pirates. Peg Leg's treasure event is no joke. Unless what you're saying is you've already leveled them up high enough to get all of those tiers of that event completed, and then you just stopped leveling them up since then. That I could understand. Kind of unfortunate, right? Because it puts you in this spot where you're wanting if Master Wu is on the table for you, but if that's not what you want anyway, then I suppose it doesn't really matter, right? Wow. Cosmic, you spent 2.2 thousand gems. What did you spend them on? Money conversion or on something else? I saved enough coins. I'm a hoarder by nature. Theo, good for you, man. So you were able to complete it? Nice. Extreme, level 48, unlocked Princess Storm, Explorer Aurora, and Kai. What kind of a team could I put Princess Storm in? Well, you've got a couple of options here. You could throw her into a courage-based team with a bunch of other city characters. However, it's going to perform relatively poorly. It performs okay in PvE, like Brickspedition, but it performs extremely poorly in the arena, and I would not recommend it. I would probably be more inclined to throw her in a castle team. You would consider replacing either King Brutus or Verda with her, so you're going to want to keep your Magisto trio if you've got them. That's going to be Bernabas, Chester Gogo, and Magisto. And then, if you want to throw in Princess Storm for the rest of that castle synergy, it's not a bad idea. However, you are going to find that you will have to keep something out. So Brutus is kind of a key to that team, at least the way that it's currently being played, although the AI for Brutus is not particularly smart. So you might decide to get rid of Brutus so that you have Storm and Verda with your Magisto team. It's probably not a bad way to go, to be completely honest with you. But I would kind of start there. Kai, really great on a ninja team. A lot of people use him for other teams as well. You'll see him as sort of like a thrown in attacker character on a lot of random arena teams. So because he hits pretty hard, he can kind of go anywhere, especially if you have Lloyd on the team as well, or Master Wu if you were to have him. I know you don't, but I'm just throwing that out there because putting him into stealth is pretty necessary. He hits so hard that when he's not in stealth, he's going to be one of the first characters that anybody targets. So you want to be really careful with him. So that's a little bit of advice there. Llama bought one gem pack and got the $3 and $5 bundles. The $3 and $5 bundles for what, Llama? Are you talking about oh wait, here, bundles. You're talking about these at the bottom, I'm assuming. These guys down here. Right here. So like the one-stop shop, the internship. Yeah, I might have to pay for this at some point if I want to level up everybody. Because, wow. I cannot believe, I'm still reeling at the fact that I don't have enough XP scrolls. That's redonkulous. But while we're here, let's come back in, spend some extra energy, and try and get this Gear 6 attack. As I mentioned before, I need 8 more Fancy Hammer 2s. Ooh, and they come from an expensive node. Alright, well, let's spend this first 100 energy and see what we get. Oh, that's 1. 1 out of 1. That's nice. I'll take that. And we do 10 more attempts. How many do we get? I have a feeling my first 50 energy spent is going to have to go here. Oh my goodness. We're short 1. I don't believe it. That is significantly better RNG than I had before. It's also Glyph Hunt, which works out to our favor. Wow, okay, so I only need 1 of these. So we're just going to loot 1 at a time to make sure and see if we can get it without having to spend all of our energy. But if I get down to about 5 attempts left, then I'll probably just shell out and do them all. Oh my goodness, the RNG was so good and now it's so terrible! Oh, it goes both ways. Let's do all 5 of the rest of these. I just need 1 Fancy Hammer 2. Come on, I'm the fancy life. and I get 2 fancy hammers. Great. It's enough. So we should be able to equip some extra attack on our Redbeard. Craft. Go for it. Oh, right. Crafting takes 45 minutes. I forgot. Let me read what you guys are talking about in the meantime. Matt, please stop spending your master coins on set tools. It's painful to watch. The reason why I'm doing it is because I want to level up the Ice Station Odyssey that much faster. I know that they are going to be updating the conversion pretty soon, but to be honest with you, I'm still considering... Okay, so here's what I'm considering as far as the master set tools are. If they were to completely double the conversion rate, yes, it would be very unfortunate. But, or for people that have already spent them. But here's where the question is begged for me. And that's not a real sentence, but you know what I mean. A lot of people have already converted a lot of tiles. So the question is the system keeping track of how many tiles you've converted? And are we going to be rewarded retroactively for spending those tiles? Or after this conversion rate gets changed, is it just going to be that people who have been hoarding their tiles are at a massive advantage over people who have been theoretically playing the game the way it was meant to be played up until this point? Seems incredibly unfair for them to improve the conversion rate and then just go like, so all of you guys who waited, good on you. And all of you guys who spent tiles already, well, too bad, you're just terrible. And we don't care about you. It begs a lot of questions in my mind and causes a lot of problems. Also, the number of tiles that you have to use, the number of set building materials that you have to actually... The other ways that you can use the set building materials, I find, are actually easier to farm than the tier 3 tools, including fancy Apple III plans and all the rest of them. I am still at more of a loss for those tier 3 set building tools than anything else, with the exception of Kartovsky and Willa tiles, but those require so much master currency to unlock that actually using it to convert those tiles seems like a total waste to me. So we'll see what happens when they make the master currency, the master store changes, but I have a feeling it's going to cause more drama than it's actually going to solve, if I'm being completely frank. Okay, lofty apples, I've got plenty of these. Can I get enough? What do I need now? Fancy bows, I need 7 fancy bows. Where do these come from? Another glyph hunt mission. So we're gonna spend another 50 energy here. We need 7 bows. It is unlikely that we're going to get them, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway and hope we get lucky. Oh my goodness, I think I just spilled tea all over myself. Live on camera, very nice. All right, well there's 1 bow. The crafting took approximately 28 seconds, I counted. Are you serious? Good on you for counting that, dude. It takes so long. And it takes even longer the more pieces are required to build, to craft. I've noticed that too. So if you're crafting a piece that only has like 2 requirements, it takes a second, but it's not super long. But if you're crafting a piece that's any longer than that, like when I made my first piece of gear, like the purple gear for Kelvin, to get Kelvin up to 7 stars, it took almost an entire minute. And the game is basically just frozen while that's happening, which is just a terrible user experience. But I said, you know what? I was like clicking on the screen, nothing was happening, and I said, I gotta just leave this and walk away. Otherwise, I'm gonna screw something up and I'm gonna lose it all. It took almost a full minute to craft that piece of gear. Why that happens, I don't know, and I don't know that anybody knows. All right, while we're here, I think we have enough XP scrolls, yes, to level up 1 character to level 58, and it is our Redbeard. Woo! Okay, where are we on quests now? Glyph hunt mission's done. We need arena battles and brick separators. So I need to figure out where to use the brick separators now. Let's see if I can get any of these other pieces of gear through brick separators. I don't think so. No, I think I need a lot more skateboards for the most part for some of the other characters. Master Wu in particular. Whoops. I went a little too fast. Master Wu in particular, I think, needs skateboards. I think that's the best use of... Yeah, that's the best use of my brick separators at the moment. Because all the characters that are at tier 6 that need to be advanced to tier 7 don't need any of this stuff anymore. So let's see if we can get a couple of skateboards. There's one skateboard. Can we get another skateboard? And be ready to upgrade Master Wu. Come on, I need one more. I need one more. I even raised my voice for it, but I didn't get it. Boo earns. All right, we're gonna pop into the arena real fast, do one of these battles, hop into Brickspedition, do some of those battles, and then see where we are in a second. What do I have going on? A bunch of dual tank teams. This is a single tank team with Hank and Kai. So there you go, Extreme. There's an example of somebody using Kai, just throwing him into the team. Here we go. This looks like a team that is going to be smashable. By the way, no fancy gear is available through brick separators. Fancy equals green. Oh, yeah. I got you, Alter. Our Cosmic, yes. Did I just spill tea on myself a second time live on camera? I did. What is happening here? I am a total mess this morning. All right, we're gonna come in here and smash their Redbeard. Good night, Redbeard. Good night, Redbeard. Good night, Redbeard. I can now auto-battle your team. Nice baritone in the morning. Goulet! Anybody? Anybody know that reference? SNL? Will Ferrell? Most of you are probably too young. Actually, that might not be true, because I know that this game appeals to people that are, like, in their 30s. So, many of you actually probably got that reference. But I digress! Let's smash things, shall we? Alright. Now we're going to take out... We're gonna put a little damage block on our Valiant tank. Get in here, and we're actually just gonna save the heal, because why not? We'll take out Chef, and then Fitness Instructor will be next. Good night, Chefy boy. Fitness Instructor, it is your turn to go. There's not a lot that we can do. Everybody's basically got their basic attacks. Man, look at the damage reduction numbers. They're just insane. I love this damage reduction buff. Well, I love it when I have it. It's a big pain in the butt when other people have it, let's be honest. We'll auto-battle the rest of this, get this Highwayman out of here. And then, we're gonna go ahead and double-check in our timed quests to make sure that there's nothing special we have to do in the Brickspedition. I don't think there is, but we're gonna double-check it anyway, because we don't want to get it wrong. Meanwhile, I have spent... Yeah, great. I have spent twice here. Questies. Questicles. We'll use the brick separator, except this one. Timed quests. Okay, Brickspedition is just win. Event planner, spend the energy. Waste hunter complete. Grand champion, just win battles. And then money bags, spend money. Great. All right. While we're figuring out the next part, let me go to you guys and see what y'all are talking about. How hard is it to have an equip all option and craft all option in the game? Come on, Gameloft, make it happen. Extreme, to be completely honest with you, I think they just need to speed up whatever process is going on in the back end to craft gear. I mean, equip all, yes, honestly, that would be nice, but the main reason why we feel that urge is because it takes so long when you hit the craft button before you can equip a piece of gear. So I think the first thing they need to figure out is just why is that taking so long and solve that problem. Was there a CCP midday WAF Q&A? No, Cosmic, there was not. We did ask for it, but no. He was not there. The tea is in love with my shirt. I know, I wear a Captain America shirt today and spilled jasmine tea all over it. I don't know if that's really worth the story. But there you go. It's a Captain America shirt. There you go. You can see it. Oh, alright. Let's give Master Wu a couple of attempts before we hop into Brixpedition here. This game draws many ages. Yes, it does, Camlin. That's very true. What's up, Jester? How are you doing? Any news on the update to come and the Ghost Kit? I feel like Jester Go-Go. No, EMZ. There's been no new news. We do know that they were creating patch notes last week. I don't know where they got in the process. They were planning to give them to us last week, but they didn't. So who knows? Hopefully we'll get them maybe on Monday or Tuesday. That'll make it so that I can go over them with you guys on Wednesday, make a little video about it. But we do know that people have been asking about Admiral Nonsuch. Apparently Admiral Nonsuch is going to become available with this next patch, or at the very least this next patch is going to be discussing when he is going to become available. I know a lot of people have been really waiting for Admiral Nonsuch. I'm still confused about why, because the Imperial characters are just not that good. But there you go on that one. As far as Ghost Kit or any of that jazz, we haven't received any more information on it. Cosmic, are we ready for the new update season? Pestering the devs and everyone will be called Jester on Discord instead of EMC. Yeah, let's do it. Matt, do you wonder about the 500k plus gold reward on Master Wu tier 6? Do I wonder about it? Oh, I'm assuming that what you're getting at here is, okay, so they give you enough tiles to unlock Master Wu at 6 stars, but then they only give you half as much money as you need to actually do the upgrade, because the upgrade from 5 to 6 stars requires 1 million gold, not 500,000 gold. So it does seem weird, yes, that they give you 500,000 gold in order to get Master Wu up to 6 stars. However, what they have given you in the previous nodes, and it's unfortunate that I can't click on them, is several 100,000 coins. And then when you unlock Wu at 5 stars, you get him for free at 5 stars. So to be fair, once you have completed this node, this whole event in total has actually given you enough coins to upgrade Master Wu to 6 stars. So that's worth considering there, that they only give you 500,000, but it says 500,000 plus, which seems weird because it'll just be 500,000. It won't be higher than that. But yeah, it does seem like it should just be like 1 million coins so that you can upgrade your Wu to 6 stars if you manage to complete it. Of course, anybody who has a team capable of completing this node is not hurting for 500,000 coins at this point. You've got it and it's ready to go. Why do they give a random amount of gold for everyone? Oh, really? You guys did get more than 500,000. Fascinating. Well, let's go in here. We're gonna give this, let's say, 3 attempts and see if we can do it. A full cadre of 6, 7-star pirates in my case, with LeQuay being the weak link. All of my characters except for Redbeard are 57. Redbeard is 58. LeQuay actually, is LeQuay 56 or 57? I don't know. I'm talking too much now and we need to get into it. Thank you very much. All right. Ooh, okay. So we did get lucky here. Lloyd puts everybody into stealth as he always does, but he did not get dodge up 2. This is good news, as it means that we might be able to actually hit him for once. We're going to do our best to keep as many of our characters as high on health as we possibly can. Can we take out Lloyd? Yes. We take him out right from the beginning. A brilliant start. Now, Kai is going to be our next focus, because he is going to deal an astronomical sum of damage if we don't take him out. But look at all of the dodging! Get out of here, dodging! And now, oh goodness. I know that I've got the Wu attack coming up. Ooh, Redbeard with the follow-up attack to clear him out. Yes, I accept. Now, Master Wu has already done his terrible, terrible move. So now we need to come in here and, lose Cook Bart. Terrible news. That's going to make this practically impossible to finish without having our dedicated Healy Heals. But it looks like we will actually be able to get to the next set of enemies. They're just going to absolutely demolish us once we get there. So not very much we can do about it. All right, Digi J, we have to come in and, well, maybe we won't be able to get to the second set of enemies. Wow. It started out so promising, and then we just got hammered, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out just so we can see what the next set of enemies looks like. There you go. The one thing you will note on this team is that there is no Naya, and that does actually work to your benefit because it means that Kai will not have counters and Digi J will not have the auto heals, but instead they have all of the highest damage dealing members of the ninja team. So this is going to require an extreme amount of RNG. First off, right at the beginning, being able to take out Lloyd on the first round is huge and difficult. Most of the time, he'll go into stealth and he'll get his dodge chance up too and put accuracy down on everybody. This makes it honestly way too hard to target Lloyd, and because we can do this as many times as we want to, anytime this happens, we're just going to exit and restart the battle anyway. It's not even worth trying at that point because it's just super frustrating. Let's get back in here. I thought you had this. You can do it. You don't need to take out Lloyd. But EMZ, the problem is I don't have anyone else I can target, right? So I agree with you. I don't need to take out Lloyd first, right? Kai, Digi J, they are going to deal the majority of the damage from this team. The problem is I can't target anybody else. So, and everyone else is going to be stealthed for 2 full turns. So it's not a question of whether or not I need to take out Lloyd. It's a question of there's nothing else for me to target. So even if I were to keep going through this, I mean, like, let's give it a shot, right? Pretending for sake of argument that we don't like need to, but we're choosing to instead. Let's see what happens. Keeping everybody alive is always thing number 1. Lloyd does all of the dodgies. We get a little assist in here. Naya just healing everybody up. So you see, the problem here is I might not need to take out Lloyd, but there just wasn't anyone else I had the option of targeting anyway. So it didn't really matter. Use Valiant. My Valiant is only 5 stars, yeah. I'm Uncanny Aura no, took out Jay and Kai first, even though I told them to take him to 6 stars. Yes, you did definitely tell me to take him to 6 stars. And there is a pack in the store right now that would give me enough tiles to bring Valiant up to 6 stars. I may end up deciding to get it, to be completely honest with you. It's just kind of expensive. But if that's what I need to do, then that's what I need to do. But I still do have an entire week's worth of trials at this event to see if I can get it without having to shell out that cash. Oh, really? Look at that sliver of health left. Get out of here, fool. Get out of here. Who's coming up next? Naya? I want you to stop healing up Digital J. We're gonna go ahead and stun you because you have too many buffs. And then we're gonna knock you out. This is definitely not gonna happen. Alright, let's try one more time and then we'll hop into Brickspedition. How expensive is the pack? I get the feeling some peer pressure is coming. Cosmic, the pack is $30. It gives you 85 Valiant tiles. I think I need 50. But I also need all of the XP scrolls and things like that to level up the rest of the team. So anyway, what I'm saying is there's a full week left of this Master Wu event, so I can keep sort of pushing my team a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger, and see if I'm able to do it without spending the cash. I'm not in any rush to spend it up front. Oh, look at this. Okay. So their Lloyd does not have dodge, and the only person on my team who has accuracy down is Darwin. But that's actually okay, because Darwin can get a guaranteed crit as long as the enemy has enough debuffs, which in this case, he does. So let's see if we can take him on, get the follow-up attack. Boom! Lloyd goes down. All right. Now we have to get very, very lucky. Yes, get those follow-up attacks in there. Get them in there. Master Wu coming in, putting... Ugh, and that's the big hurt right there, is that everybody gets that vulnerable applied. Woof! That's the worst part. Oh no! You missed? Are you serious? Come on, man. That was awful, awful, no good, very bad news, because we had to remove the vulnerable from everybody. And yet... Ugh, terrible stuff. Let's see if we can just knock DigiJ out of the mix right here. Boom, and we do. Only 4 characters left. I do have my heal here. Naya just used her AoE, but it seems like they really did fix a little bit of the computer's AI. It didn't used to always target the weakest member of your team, but now it does. So they definitely have made some changes there that honestly function for the worse in this particular case. But what can you do about it? Okay. Still, this is better than we've gotten before. And here's the team now. So we've got... It looks like we're going to get 3 turns before their Lloyd puts everybody into stealth. Kai is going to be the person with the most chance of getting defeated within that time. I think because we need the extra damage, despite the fact that he doesn't have enough debuffs, we're going to have to use this ability here, and come on, give us the hit. Boom! Kai goes down. Now this is going to be interesting. Oh, never mind. It was going to be interesting, and then they killed Redbeard, and it's no longer interesting. Now it's just going to be a loss. Oh goodness, all the vulnerables. The vulnerables of doom! Womp womp. Man, if we had managed to keep Argenta alive, this would have been a very different story. Whew! Wise up with the caps? What? Who is Digital Jaymint? Oh, I don't know. Can you do a stream where you buy every pack in the store and rate them from best to worst? Extreme. No, I cannot do that. I do not have enough money, like real life money, to just go through and buy every pack in the store just because I feel like it. Maybe if this stream were making money for me, then I could do it, but at the moment, no. There's no way I could make that work. Sorry, dude. Alright, let's do another arena battle, right? Because that should allow us to finish out our daily quests. Then I can open a premium pack for you guys on camera, and that's nice and fun. Alright, what teams do we have available here? Look at this. This team being able to bring some people back to life. Lloyd putting everybody into stealth right at the beginning. That's an option for us. Oh, but no, we're going to go with this team because they only have Valiant as their tank, and I can demolish Redbeard behind all of the protections. Jay and Kai were priorities. Jay's bonus attacks are just too devastating when Garmadon spreads his bonuses. Camlin, yes indeed. Camlin, did you unlock Wu at 6 stars? And if so, what team did you use? Did you have a tank on your team? You know, like how I don't? Because I'm a nut, apparently. All right. We're going to stun Valiant. I want to prevent him from getting his taunt out. Then we can put attack up on everybody and just come back in here and smash on their Redbeard yet again. Kaboom! Oh, and we get the dizzy on their Redbeard as well. Not that it really matters because their Redbeard is about to be dead. No, with the dodging. No, with the dodging again. What is that? What is that? Oh, Gameloft, if you make me lose arbitrarily because of the dodging, I will be so upset because as everybody knows, dodging is the worst mechanic in this game. All right. Now that I can settle down a moment, it looks like we're going to be all right. They don't have any AoE damage, so despite the fact that my Redbeard is low... Oh, actually, big mistake. He's going to die of the time bombs when it gets back to be his turn. Meh, it's fine. I should be able to clear this stuff anyway. Their Valiant is still locked out of doing his taunt. There you go. And now, let's see. He's going to be locked out of doing his taunt again. But the next round, he's going to do it. So we're going to come in here and actually just take down Valiant now, despite the fact that we know that Cook Bart is going to probably get a heal off at some point in here. Let's just deal the damage, deal the damage, deal the damage. Yeah, there we go. We'll put another taunt on our Valiant. Their Valiant uses his heal, but it's going to be too little too late, guys. I definitely should have thrown my heal on my Redbeard to keep him alive, but... in this case, it doesn't matter. They don't have enough characters left to do the winning. So we get out of here with the W. All right. This, I think, should finish out all of our daily quests, which means that we can come in and open a premium pack for you guys on the stream. Quests. Arena battles, done. More Redbeard tiles, done. Give me the brick separator. Thank you. Now we'll come in and open a premium pack. Camlin, yeah, I got him at 6 stars. I splurged on Scarlet. Ah, even with a full 7-star Pirates, I had to play the note a handful of times. That's right. Jester, yes, it is weird that there hasn't been a Q&A. I agree. One day, your stream will make millions, and then you can do it. Extreme, from your lips, mwah, let's make that happen. I fully support making millions of dollars as a streamer. I would have such fancier things. If I could make $1 million as a streamer, it would be wunderbar. But you know what would help me first? You guys sharing the stream out to all of your friends and family and anyone who's interested in the game. The first thing I need to do is get like 10 more subscribers. 10 more subscribers, and then I can get my own YouTube channel with a real actual address rather than the random string of numbers and letters that it currently is. Hey, check that out. 15 Valiant tiles. Oh no. It's so mean because I still need 32 Valiant tiles in order to get him to 6 stars. So what you're looking at here, we have this Captain Valiant Star Up pack. It's 30 bucks. It gives 85 tiles and 1,000,000 coins. So you can definitely do this to get your Valiant up to 6 stars for sure. Otherwise, he's in the arena store, right? Yeah. So I could have actually had Valiant up to 6 stars like a lot by now, but I started spending on Lloyd and Scarlet because I wasn't using my Valiant anymore. And as far as Master Wu is concerned, that may have been a mistake, but there's very little that I can do about it now because there's 8 days left of Master Wu. And if I get 1 arena purchase per day, then that means I'll only be able to get 24 more Valiant tiles. Still, might be worth it to try because it's going to be very, very close. And if I can save myself from having to spend $30, then I would definitely want to do that. In the meantime, we are going to keep leveling up all of our pirates sort of one by one here to see if we can get them over this hump, as it were. I think right now I'll finish out getting Captain Redbeard, the easier gear pieces here, and then probably follow that up with Argenta, because she deals so much damage. I would want to level her up a little bit more as well, especially on the rest of a pirate team. And we're just kind of going to go from there. All right, let's hop into the Brixpedition. We just have to complete this. Now, who's still in here? Tio is still in here. And Tio... Can I speak German? No, I cannot speak German. I can say things like, Sie sprechen Sie Deutsch? And apparently when I say it, I sound Swedish? I don't know, weird. I could sound more German. Sie sprechen Sie Deutsch? Right? Isn't that the joke? To sound German, you just have to shout. Anyway, no, I don't speak German. TQ gives you arena coins. Yes, that's very true. We will do it that way. Is Castaway and Yorick good? Extreme. So, Castaway Hank, yes. Although he requires, in order for him to be really, really great, you must put him on a team that puts a lot of debuffs on enemy characters, which is part of the reason why he's so great on a Buccaneers team, because they already put so many debuffs on enemy characters. So, yes, he's very fast, and he can deal massive amounts of damage if you have debuffs on the enemy team. Is Yorick good? Is a harder question to answer. Yes, but it's hard to figure out where to put Yorick in your team. First off, he's not farmable, so the only way for you to really get Yorick is to shell out an extreme amount of currency. Now, let's say we put together a pirate team with Redbeard, Cookbar, Hank, and Scarlet. Now we've got one slot left, right? We have Cookbart in as our healer. We have Redbeard in because you have to. We have Scarlet in as a tank. And we have Hank in as one of our primary damage. We've got one slot left. You can put Argenta in this slot and get an extreme amount of damage increase on the rest of your team. So you don't need Yorick to replace her for that. You could put Valiant in this slot to make your team much hardier and harder to defeat. Again, you don't need Yorick for that slot. So the hard part is figuring out which of the 5 characters to use Yorick instead of, and then where to do that. So if you're not going to do it in the arena, then the only real PvE left is your Brixpedition. And in your Brixpedition, you might actually be able to take out Scarlet and replace Scarlet with Yorick or somebody else, because the AI is not particularly intelligent, so you can actually run without a tank through pretty much everything, as you guys see me do on a daily basis. That said, you'll have to shell out so much cash in order to get Yorick that it kind of doesn't matter if he's that good, because you can't get him anyway. You follow me? So it's like, it's a weird position to be in, but that's my opinion on it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and throw in our full Bucks team here. Did I max out all the abilities here? No, I didn't. Whenever a Buccaneer hero deals damage to a target, this would probably be helpful for me. Unlocking Master Wu at 6 stars would be to fully finish upgrading. I still don't need this one, because why? But finish upgrading my Forbidden Island, these 2 to 5 points. Anyway, we've got tons of guild allies to use here. I know that Theo is still in here and Tio is still in here, so we're going to make sure to use their guys. Theo asks, Matt, would you be disappointed if the meta shifted away from pirates? Now you have them so high. No, Theo. In fact, I would love that. I would actually love it if the meta shifted away from any one team in particular. If there were so many different mechanics that this team could be this team, 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 and so on and so forth, I think that that would actually be ideal. I think that forcing people to get certain teams to do one thing at a time is actually somewhat problematic. It is weird to, for example, ask people to get a whole bunch of pirates to unlock a ninja, or to get a whole bunch of castle teams to unlock a city character. I get why they do it, right? I understand why they do it, because they want you to be spreading yourself out, spending more money in different areas of the game. But it is still a little bit strange, isn't it? Because then they are forcing you to spread yourself thin throughout the game in order to unlock these characters, but then the arena only has 1 or 2 viable teams in it, well then why am I spreading myself thin everywhere else in the game if there's only 1 or 2 teams that are going to be truly useful in the arena anyway? Brickspedition PvE content is a little bit different, and I think this is really why they need to get raids out into the game, because raids encourage us to put together many different teams that we can use all together, right? So we have, for example, right now we have our pirate team. You level them up high enough to unlock Master Wu at whatever level you want to get Master Wu and complete Pegleg's treasure event. Once you've done that, great. You can just like leave your pirates on the back burner if you want to. You can also use them in the arena and in Brickspedition because they're still very good, but you don't have to. You can put together a castle team and run through the arena and Brickspedition if you want to, and level them up far enough to get Primo. But then if you want to, you can leave them on the wayside. You don't really have to pay attention to them anymore. So you see what I'm getting at? My preference would be if the meta shifted in a way that there were enough mechanics that countered each other to make it that there is no one meta team anymore. Because no matter what team you pick, there will be a team that can beat it. That would, I think, be ideal. And I would be more than happy to, I mean, I'm playing the game every day regardless. So if the meta shifts away from pirates and my pirates are no longer useful, that's fine, because I'm continuing to spread things around anyway. I've got a pretty good city team going right now. I've put them on the back burner because there's nothing that I need them for. But I leveled them up thinking maybe there was going to be. It's disappointing that there wasn't. But I've got them whenever they're becoming useful again. Now I've got this half cold, half ninja team that I'm leveling up as well to try that out. I might be disappointed at their arena viability once I get them up there, but I'm still leveling them up anyway. What I'm getting at is I'm the kind of person who likes to experiment, play things, move things around in order to see what works. And I would actually love it if the meta shifted away from, well, a meta. Okay. Theo, I know we got, let's see, the Yuppie, I believe, belongs to Tio, so we're going to throw him in here and auto-battle our way through this. Even a full space team, not counting Gorwell and Kartovsky, I've not been able to make such a team work against the same ranked other team. What is the meta right now? EMZ? There isn't a one meta team. Oh, EMZ, are you saying that what I'm saying is already incorrect and that there's not one team that is the meta? So, yes and no, right? There are definitely variations on a theme, but what I'm getting at is that there are, 100 characters in the game? And if you look at the arena, even though the arena teams might not all be exactly the same, there's only this rotating cast of about 15 characters that are in the top 10 out of 100 potential characters to use. So while there may not be just like a single hardcore meta team in there, that there is essentially this meta combination of characters that, like, you can't throw Iggy on a team and be in the top 10. You're not going to get into the top 10 with Poppy on your team. Like, these are the kinds of things that I'm like, no, let's find a way to make all of them useful in some capacity so that people can work towards whatever character they really want to work towards. All right, Iggy, I believe this one belongs to Theo. So we're gonna throw you in here, and then let's see, there is a Sal and Tio. What's your other guild share? Theo, Sal is your other guild share, right? Tio, remind me what your other one is. I think it's a Kai. Let's see. EMZ, at least in my shard, I have Go Busto in top 10. I have City, I have Space, I have Ninja, and Pirates with Plug and Play, and Spooky. EMZ, that's really impressive. I'll show you what my arena shard looks like. Maybe it's changed in the past couple of weeks, but not before then. It was just there was like a whale team at the top that was all these spooky characters, and then it was just like a combination of the same 10 or 15 pirates and ninjas. So let's go all the way up to the top here. Okay, so this top team is a total whale team. This second team is a total whale team. I'm gonna go ahead and ignore the total whale teams because, like, what's the point, right? You can't. It's hard to consider this a meta team if the only way to get it is to spend $1,000. So let's go ahead and skip down below that. So if you look at this team here, this is actually the team I'm currently running in the arena. It's souped up a little bit further than my team, but that's actually pretty impressive. But check it out. So there's Wu on 1, 2, 3 of these teams. Valiant on 1, 2, 3, 4 of... Oh, sorry. I shouldn't count this bottom one because that's me. But if you look at like 3 through 7, you've got a whole bunch of Redbeards, Woos, Scarlets, right? We've got Lloyd multiple times. Cook Bart 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Valiant 3 times. There's not a giant mix of characters in here. This one full ninja team is actually the only one that stands out as being particularly different. 8 through 12, if we look at 8 through 12, again, there's a lot more Scarlets, there's a lot more Cook Barts, we see more Valiants, more Woos, more Redbeards. So like each team might have minor differences from one to the next, but it's still this main core of basically 10 to 15 characters that everybody's just sort of rotating in and out, depending on whether or not they want to throw in Hank because they have him, or Garmadon because they've got this full ninja team, or Highwayman because he hits a little bit harder. You know what I mean? Plus, all of the sets, if you look at the sets, there's only really 2 sets in here. They're either using the Dojo or the Forbidden Island, and that's it. Like, scroll through Forbidden Island, Forbidden Island. It's not until you get up here that you have a few more, but even still, we only have one team that's using the Arctic Glider in the top here. It's all Forbidden Island, and as we scroll through, we can just see Cook Bart, Scarlet, Argenta, Redbeard, Cook Bart, Scarlet, Argenta, Redbeard, some Hank. So this is what I'm getting at. There are minor variations, but there is still very clearly at least a character meta. There might always be, but it would be nice if they could actually work a little harder to rebalance some of the characters. I mean, some of them, like, just buff the character stats by like 10 or 20% and see what happens, right? No one is using minor clay at all for any reason. So what would happen if they just buffed all of his stats just across the board by 20%? I don't know. They've got testing accounts. They can test all this kind of stuff. Just throw out different numbers and see what sticks. It's very, 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 did I mention very, difficult to balance a game like this because there are so many characters and because there are so many mechanics. That is 100% true. Which is why, to shift the subject just a little bit, they should give all the content creators test accounts. And then we can go in and make suggestions and play all day long and make videos and recommendations and really get it going. I think it'd be awesome. Hashtag content creator test account. Let's make it happen. Hashtag CCP test. Let's get that going. Hashtag CCP test account. Put it on the Discord server. Flood them with ideas. And then we can come out and actually help you guys since, you know, we're making videos and chit-chatting with y'all, seeing what y'all have to say about it. Okay, I did a lot of talking. Now let me go back and see what you guys had to say comment-wise. Theo, your sal is 36,873. Well, here's 36,873, so I'm assuming this is yours. We're going to throw him into the mix and go into this battle here. I asked Little Wooden Boy about raids. He said they are not coming this month, maybe next month. I got this info by begging him. I told you raids were not going to come this month, guys. Y'all asked me this a lot, and I said, listen, we don't have any official information, but my guess is that y'all should not be getting excited about raids this month. And there you go. There was so much happening this month. I think it's I thought it was very unlikely that they would release them. I know they're going to want to have them out before Christmas, though, because Christmas is a time when everyone's spending cash, and with raids coming out, this big, huge push for more new and exciting and frankly interactive content, right? Interact more with your guild, and when you create a community in a game, that game has a much greater chance of continuing on. It's worked with every game so far, from World of Warcraft 15 years ago, 16 years ago to today, to all of the gacha games that are out there in the world right now. Every single one of them has shown if you establish a community, that's where you are likely to get the real longevity in your game. So anyway, but I digress. You would make the best manager for Gameloft. Extreme, I am very, very happy that you think so. Honestly, if they were to ask me to, the position I would really love to hold, to be completely honest with you, would be a gameplay balancing manager. Now, despite my objections to the dodge mechanic in the game, I know that I would receive a lot of pushback on that, because every day I'd be like, okay guys, so what are we doing to remove the dodge mechanic? And they'd be like, Matt, you have brought this up every day for the past like 4.5 months. And I'd be like, cool, and I'm gonna continue to bring it up until we remove it because it's terrible. All of that aside, I'd love to actually sit there with people and really figure out the inner workings and mechanics of these characters. I'm the kind of person who's very interested in going, okay, listen, stealth is really annoying, but it is a very cool mechanic. So, as long as we're going to be continuing to increase the number of characters in the game that have stealth by re-releasing Master Wu or putting Kartovsky in the game who can steal stealth or whatever else, let's make sure that not only are there enough characters to counter it, but let's make sure that there's as many available as they are characters that can go into stealth, etc., etc., etc. I would love to be able to do that kind of stuff. To be able to look at the person who like made the rework for the new version of Poppy and go, but it's still bad, dude. So let's fix this. And here's a number, and not only like, let's fix this, but also to go, and I have some ideas of how we could do it. I think that that would be a lot of fun, and I would actually love to help out with that kind of a thing. I don't know what kind of a time commitment that would be, but listen, if I could get paid to play video games, I'd do it. So there. You need to be in a director position, not management. Yes, Camlin is correct. Pirate Bart went from being one of my weakest heroes to the top 10 in mere seconds. Is that, Angry Birds, is that just because you leveled them up to an extreme amount? Because, yeah, I mean, as you just saw on the arena shard that I just showed you, Cook Bart is like the biggest healer on everybody's team. When do you think the update will be out? Jester, we have absolutely no idea. We were supposed to get patch notes on it last week, so maybe this week. But if they give patch notes this week, it means the update wouldn't come until the following week, which is, at least that's how it's been recently. Who knows if they would continue to follow that sort of trend, but that's what it's been in the past, so there you go. Let me throw in another. Tio, don't you have Kai as one of your shared guild allies? I think it's this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that guy in here really fast. Fancy, did you see that raids got pushed? I literally didn't see it until now. No, I didn't see it. Llama, where did they post that? Is that in Discord? Because that is really terrible news for the health and longevity of this game. All right, hold on a second. I want to make sure that my hiker gets his heal off, but I'm gonna take out Ash first. There we go. Now I'm gonna heal my hiker with Cook Bart and then put this battle onto auto mode. And there we go. And auto mode. I know my shard is quite eccentric because I communicate with them a lot are free to play. Yeah, EMZ, the free to play shards are always going to be different because they are free to play, right? So there are certain characters that are just just impossible to get if you're unwilling to shell out some cash on them. And I mean, even from a dolphin standpoint, right? Even if you're willing to shell out a little bit of cash, it makes certain characters immediately available that were not available before. So something to definitely consider if you've got a really heavy free-to-play shard, is that it's just something you're going to be running into a lot. It's not a problem with that. It just means that your shard is going to be made up of slightly different folks. Different strokes for different folks. Most shards are like, Theo, I thought we would get patch notes by today. Yeah, Theo, we actually thought we would have them by the end of last week. A solid update time feels uncertain at the moment. Should the CCs get patch notes first, or was it just with the reworks that you got that? Theo, actually, part of the content creator program is us getting notes and things ahead of time. A big portion, let's see. A big reason for the existence of the content creator program is actually to spread the disseminating information responsibility across more people and more channels. So, if, for example, they release patch notes to everyone all at the same exact time, then every single question that anyone has about patch notes, whether they've read them or not, is going to be directed straight at WAF or Abo. And to be honest with you, they just don't have the time to answer all of those. So part of the reason for the content creator program is to give some of the actual game players information and the time to actually create content and sit there and think about them a little bit, so that we can spread the dissemination of information and the responsibility for answering questions among a greater collection of people. It ensures a number of things. One, that you're gonna have more views on the updates, because spread across all the content creators, there's just a higher viewership than just on the Discord server in one channel. It ensures that you have more people doing focused questioning on the patch notes, so that instead of there being a million people asking like 40 different questions, you get a smaller collection of people asking an even smaller collection of questions, because we can already answer some of them for you. So it alleviates a lot of the pressure from the devs if the content creators get the information ahead of time, because it allows us to sort through it, answer our own questions, make our own videos so that we can share them for you, and then you guys might not have any questions at all in many cases. And the questions that you do have, we can kind of consolidate them into one central position. So when we do have questions for WAF, we can, in the content creator channel or anywhere else, say, hey man, release the patch notes. I was confused about this. On my stream today, 10 separate people all asked the exact same question. This seems like a very important one for you to answer. And we can steer it that way and say, like, there's a whole bunch of things that are relatively unclear, right? There were like 15 things people were unsure about. But this one thing, everyone brought this up. So instead of sorting through millions and millions and millions of people asking you questions, just answer this one first. I think that's one of the strengths of the content creator program and one of the things they're really going for. Plus, it's also just free advertising for them, let's be honest. Our raid's coming next month. I want the guild chat with the censor chat. So Tio, this is actually something that they've talked about many times. They also want some sort of interactive guild chat functionality. They are still unsure how to safely implement it because of the kid-friendly nature of the game. So censoring chat, sort of like having an arbitrary chat censor, does definitely sound like a good idea, but do you turn it on? Do you turn it off? And what if you're in a guild where they have it turned off, but then there's kids in the guild and those parents of those kids see that there's cursing in the game? All of a sudden this is a problem. So they've decided for the moment that they're just not going to incorporate guild chats, especially since most really organized guilds are going to be communicating through their own methods via Discord or anything else anyway. So specifically the chat functionality of guild interaction has definitely been placed on the back burner. There are other things that they are considering with guild interactivity that they are considering more so, like the creation of officers, officer roles, and what officers can do within a guild, making guilds private, public, have limitations and restrictions, all that kind of stuff. And then with interactivity, one of the things that is on the table, but we have no idea where on the table, we just know it's on the table, is guild interaction through trading gear pieces and things like that in order to help fellow guildies out. So there's a lot of guild interactiveness that is being considered, but the chat specifically is very, very low on their priority totem pole. Okay, so wait, Llama mentioned that raids got pushed. I'm gonna go over to Discord really fast. Let me see if that's where that would be stated, because I'm missing it. It's not in the announcements, unless I missed it in content creators. Llama, if you're still in here, let me know where you found that piece of information, because it's obviously that's an important one, especially if they said how they're pushing it or how long they're pushing it for. If the guild leader wants no censor chat, sorry, no. Yeah, Tio, they can't do that because of they want to keep it family friendly and child friendly, so they can't allow people to just not have their chat censored. They just can't. Okay, hold on a second. We're gonna focus on this team here for a second, because this is actually going to be a rather difficult one. Because of the dual tanks, I would love to be able to get to Captain Redbeard here first, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to because of the double tanks. So what I'm gonna try to do is actually take out Scarlet first by just nuking her and hoping that I get lucky enough that my Argenta can put Dizzy on their Redbeard. And I do get that lucky. Excellent. This means I can hammer away at the rest of their team without having to worry too much about their Redbeard coming in and consistently just goofing it up for everybody. Now, the next thing I want to do is prevent... I don't want Valiant to heal. Ah, great. This actually just worked out very well. So, we hit their Valiant hard enough that their cook Bart actually healed him, which means his heal is gone. And in the meantime, we can take down their Scarlet. Now, if we can focus on taking down their Redbeard, we will be in a brilliant position since they are locked out of doing all of their healy heals. Ooh, but now we have a struggle. So their Redbeard is most likely going to... this sucks. So their Redbeard is most likely going to use his Salty Seas unless I lock him out of his ability, which means now it's likely... Oh, wait. Oh, the dodge! So unfortunate was that dodge, but can I take their Redbeard down? Yes, I can. Brilliant and wonderful. Let's get Argenta out of here really quickly. Boom. Now, I'm gonna be throwing up Salty Seas and a bunch of heals as best I can here, because I need to heals everybody on my team. I want to take all of these time bombs off of their team. Ugh, they take out my hiker. That's all right. There's no way that I was going to get through the entire Brickspedition event, not just this board, but the whole 7 boards without losing a character. So that particular achievement, I'm not super worried about at this point. So for now, we'll let the hiker go. I can get through the rest of these nodes without him anyway. I've got tons of guild allies to share. I'll deal with it. To see it, search for me in Discord, and you will see Little Wooden Boy pinged me to see the mention that raids got pushed. Jester Gogo, you are Jester in Discord, right? So let's see, Discord, search for Jester. And while we're searching for Jester, we will find, wait, why don't I just search for, you said it was from Little Wooden Boy. Why don't I just search for Little Wooden Boy then? Little Wooden Boy. Little wooden boy, little wooden boy, little wooden boy. Huh. That is actually not a super helpful way to do it. Jester Go-Go. Jester, you are... Let's see. Where are we seeing this, dude? I'm not seeing it. You'll have to... I'm not going to spend the time searching for it through the Discord server because there's just other stuff to be doing right now. And it's boring for me to talk about searching through the Discord server while everybody else is here. All right. We are going to replace... All right. We're going to get my Valiant in here and throw in another guild ally. That is going to be... this Locust. Why not? Some extra tankage. Get in here. Do your business. I've got 5 extra guild allies to use, so there is going to be a little bit of like come and go, come and go, come and go. Let's see. In this particular case, we'll do some AoE here. I think I'll actually take Kai out first in a surprising change of events. That's fine. You can give him the little heal, but I can take him out so quickly that that's what we're going to do. Heal up my Redis Beardis. See if I can just lock their Redbeard out of doing anything particularly useful. His basic attack has Disarm, which is still pretty incredible, but we'll live. So now we're going to focus down their Locust, see if we can get him out before he does his ultimate attack, and we do. We'll come in and grab Cook Bart next, because I'm more afraid of Cook Bart than I am with their fitness instructor. Use my Salty Seas to heal everybody up to full. Grab a little taunt on my Valiant. Probably not intelligent, actually. What I should have done was taunt with my buddy Locust, and then I wouldn't have to worry about my Valiant taking any damage. So we'll heal him up now. I'm going to go ahead and stun the fitness instructor instead of using the ultimate, just to completely prevent her from doing anything, because all of my characters are full on health, and I would like them to stay that way. And then on the next turn, should I need to, but I don't, I could have used Redbeard's ultimate ability. So I believe we only have one node left. It is the first node of the day, which means it's going to be... what? Collectibles? Yeah, today's collectibles. 3 more fire station tiles. Alright, everybody's at max health, and I have 6 more guild allies that I can use. So we're just gonna come in here and throw them in. We're gonna simp a lot of these characters, gonna simp 5 of them, and then go back in and do the last node with an actual guild ally that we care about. I added you with the screenshot. Oh, EMZ, thank you. Let me come in here and find this real fast. All right, come out of here, we'll restart. Meanwhile, EMZ but not Prime says, gotcha. I see the quote from Little Wooden Boy. Will raids come in this update? Jester, at Jester, he says, sadly no, it's taking longer than expected. We'll update as soon as we can. Yeah, so there you go. Notes directly from one of the actual Game Loft personnel saying, sorry folks, no raids this update. I'm not surprised, actually. I mean, as I've mentioned, I think ad nauseum, probably, at this point. I think the fact that raids are not coming out this month was to be completely expected. I expect them to come out in November, possibly at the end of November. My biggest worry is, what are they going to do content-wise between now and then? Because we have a new character coming, right, in the Ghost. All right, fine, but great. It's like more new characters for people to wail on. Because you know the Ghost Master event, and actually, because Ghost is going to be unlocked using space characters, and I think this is the first time that we've actually, as a community, had this much time to prepare for a master event. So I think there's going to be more people getting Ghost on the first run than have unlocked the master character on the first run in the past, if that makes sense. The number of people who got Master Wu the first time he was available was relatively small. But I think the number of people that are going to be able to unlock Ghost is going to be relatively high. And in fact, you've had so much time, not only because some of the space characters people had already been farming anyway, right? Reed, Locust, Kelvin, a lot of people already had these characters at 5 to 7 stars. So when you add in how much lead time we've had to prepare for this, I think you're going to see a lot of people with this Ghost character. And then the only people who don't have the Ghost character are going to be people who basically elected not to get it, if that makes sense, because we've had so much time to prepare. The only reason not to get him at this point is because you just didn't feel like it. You know what I mean? So I think there's going to be a lot of people that have it. Next week is Basil's Brick Pace. Yes, Jester. I'm actually very excited for Basil's Brick Pace. The combination of Basil and Willa is extremely powerful. There is this problem, though, that you are going to be finding a lot of people have this new Basil character, but they don't have anything to do with it because they've already got a castle team if they want it. And Willa is still going to be locked behind this massive wall of master tiles. And they have announced, actually, Willa is going to be absent from the event store for Basil's Brick Pace event. So some interesting decisions being made for sure. But a lot of people question like, okay, well, it's nice that you bring back Basil, but what's the point if we can't really use him for anything? So if you think that there's a place to use Basil in this world, let me know. Let me know that I am incorrect. But yes, Basil is coming back, an excellent castle tank character, an excellent tank character in general. He's relatively fast, which is an amazing quality for a tank to have in the current rendition of the game, because most tanks have a taunt that lasts more than one turn. Being able to have them taunt early on in the process by being fast is incredible, and Basil is pretty fast and can do that. So I think if a lot of people get him up above, say, 5 stars, we will possibly see him emerging on more castle teams. There will inevitably be an extreme number of whale teams that you see him popping up, people who have already been able to get Willa. But to be honest with you, a lot of the people who have Willa already have Basil, so it'll be an interesting event to see how it unfolds for sure. It won't have the same exclusiveness, sadly. I hope people who have Quincy up have an easier time. Yeah, so EMZ, I assume that you're referring to what I said about people getting Ghost. It's going to be less exclusive, and I don't think there's any way around it. There'll be a lot of Basil shared in guilds, will help to sustain your team throughout the bricks. That's definitely true. Basil is an excellent character to use as a shared ally, for sure. I saved so many gems and spent a little for Quincy. It'd be sad all that saving up and getting Quincy up so far just for him not to be needed. Yeah, so far, most people have been quite disappointed with the Quincy performance. We've actually heard it several times that people are relatively unimpressed, that he has this heal, but it's relatively small and relatively unreliable. And that compared with the fact that very few people actually have him up at 7 stars, so it's hard to see how he performs with a full set of stats, as it were, has put a lot of people off about Quincy. I think that in reality, Quincy is going to see a big change, a big come up when raids finally do get released and we do start having access to Gen Slate and possibly Gorewell. So honestly, be on the lookout for it then. But at the moment, I think that there's a pretty easy 5-man space team to put together to actually make it work. Let's look at that before we actually log off here today. So, if you have been creating a space team in anticipation of the release of the Ghost, here's what you're probably working on. If you are free to play, then Locust, Reed, and Dr. Kelvin is where you've been going. Now, Spaceman Jens, Gorwell, Major Kartovsky, relatively unattainable at this point, which means that the 6 characters that you see in front of you that I've already unlocked are the 6 characters that you have to choose from. Locust, Blacktron Dwayne, Spaceman Reed, Dr. Kelvin, all farmable in the Monolith Waste. Commander Cold has 2 nodes that you can use to farm his tiles, and due to his synergy with Dr. Kelvin right now, there's a good chance you're going to be using both of them anyway. So I have a feeling that the majority of the people that unlock the Ghost are going to do it with these top 5 space characters that you see in front of you here. Locust, Blacktron Dwayne, Spaceman Reed, Commander Cold, and Dr. Kelvin. Which set are they going to be using? There's a bunch of different ways to go there. People might use a Galaxy Explorer just so Spaceman Reed is even faster than he already is, or Ice Station Odyssey if they've been spending some time to level that up. They might use a completely random one, to be completely honest with you. I doubt very many people are going to be using the Alpha Centauri Outpost because Blacktron Dwayne is definitely the weak link on this team. So I don't think people are going to be doing much to buff him, especially while he's in here by himself. He's slow, his damage is still relatively low, especially compared to, say, Spaceman Reed. But if you look at this team in general, it's relatively low on damage. Blacktron Dwayne can hit okay, but he's just slow. Spaceman Reed is going to hit the hardest, apply stun, and that kind of stuff. Locust, obviously everybody knows all about Locust. His taunt, removing enemy taunts, plus his AoE abilities. He's a great character to have on your team, but this is the 5 that I think you're going to be seeing the most when people come in to unlock the Ghost at the end of the month. And to be honest with you, I mean, you can see here, like, I could start farming Blacktron Dwayne at this point, probably get enough tiles to get him up to 5 stars. Something I might do, it's such an incredibly fast farm, I could probably do it at the beginning of the Master Event and still get enough tiles by the end of it to unlock the Ghost. I might come in here and throw out some Monolith energy now that I'm saying that, just to have, I would need to get, let's see, 50 plus 75, so that's 125 minus the 5 I already have. I need 120 Blacktron Dwayne tiles in order to get him there. And Blacktron Dwayne has 2 nodes in the Monolith Waste, is that right? No, he only has 1 node in the Monolith Waste. So yeah, all right. I'll start spending some of my Monolith energy to at least get Blacktron Dwayne up to 125 tiles. That way, when the Ghost comes out and we do see the kit, if I want him, then I'll be in a position where I might be able to get him. So yeah, we'll put that in there. All right. Before we go, have I acquired enough... Well, I'm frozen. Don't freeze! I want to play with you. Come back to me. There we go. How many more scrolls did I get? Oh, okay. I do have enough scrolls to level up more of my characters. Great. So, we're going to put Argenta up to 58. Thank you. And then we're going to put Darwin and Cook Bart up to 58. Wait, now all of a sudden I'm out? Oh, it tells me how many scrolls I would have left after using them. Just realized that. All right. We're going to come in and try this a couple more times. Master Wu, 6-star unlock before we get out of here. Jennifer asks, what star level does space need to be? I'm assuming you're asking, what star level does space need to be in order to unlock the Ghost? Our assumption, based on all the previous Master Events, is 5 stars. You need to have a set at 5 stars to use along with a team of 5 5-star space heroes. That's, unless they've changed the Master Event, but I doubt that they will. Jester, what events do I think will rerun in November? Ooh, we'll get to that one in a second. I haven't even thought about it. EMZ, the Ghost should still have some exclusiveness, but sadly, and some difficult, I don't know. Yeah, EMZ, I have a feeling that the Ghost is going to be all over the place if his kit is good. If his kit is bad, he'll just be unlocked by tons and tons of people, but no one's going to use it. Robert! What's up, dude? His heal is actually really good, and the buff immunity is amazing. EMZ, I think you're talking about Quincy. I don't have Quincy any higher than what you just saw, but I'm just going off of what I've heard before, which is that his heal is lackluster. So you're the first person that I've heard say that his heal is actually really good. So I'll take your word for it. And the fact that you have him at 6 stars, great, man. Good on you. Probably will get the ghost hunting event update. TO, we're hoping that it comes this week. Obviously, this coming week is only 1 full week before the event comes out. So if they're going to release information early, next week's when they have to do it. The buff immunity Quincy applies is fantastic. His heal is okay, but not reliable as it depends on enemy buffs. There you go. I think Camlan hits on what a lot of other people have been talking about, and clearly other people know much more about this space character than I do. He's good, but I still think situational. There you go. All right. Tier 6, Master Wu. We now have 2, count them, 2 level 58 Pirates. We're going to give this good old college try and see just how much we get trounced here. Again, no tanks. Can it be done? Let's find out. We're going to need a little bit of good RNG here. He gets the dodge up, which is going to make getting good RNG significantly more difficult. Oh, the first one is a dodge. Oh, the second one hits. Wow, look at this. Now, as long as they actually don't kill our characters, them focusing damage on one character is actually preferable. Because Cook Bart's heal is so big, it will allow us to actually keep our characters healthier more easily. All right, Kai becomes available, and he has a bunch of buffs. Can we take him out? We do. Brilliant. So, big damage dealer number 1 is gone. Now we've got a lot to worry about, though, because we have vulnerable all over the place. We're gonna try and take down DigiJ. Oh, and we do! Look what's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. But now we have to be very, very careful, because all of our team is basically one-shottable at this point, and that's bad news. Okay, we get a heal. I mean, we gotta put it on the captain, right? We gotta put it on the captain. Now, I need to save the captain's ultimate, but if I can lock Wu out, so here's what I actually need to happen. I need to let Master Wu have his turn, because if possible, I need him to use his heal, because I need to save time for my characters to get back to their turns, to get all of their heals, especially before the next round of characters comes in. Now, Lloyd is locked out of his abilities, which means on his next turn, he's gonna be using his basic attack. Oof, which means at least one character is going to die, unless we are lucky enough that he targets either Darwin, who gets a dodge in, or Redbeard or Bart, who can take the hit. But either way, okay, good. We got a miss. That was lucky. And yes! And Wu used his heal, and Lloyd targeted somebody who could take the hit. Okay. We're in a very interesting, but still very tight spot here. We want to keep the damage slow if we possibly can, because we need to be able to get another heal off. Probably, honestly, on Argenta at this point, despite how low Darwin is, because she's going to be more useful in the next round. Okay, basic attack here, and we miss. Now, ooh, now that was bad, because the next thing that Wu is going to do is actually do an actual attack. So I need to get lucky here. I need to have my Redbeard hit twice. Oh! What? Look at that! Wow, okay. I am absolutely shocked here. Now we want Lloyd. Fine. He takes out LeQuay. Of all of the options, that was the one that we needed to go with. Now Darwin. I need Darwin not to kill Lloyd. And I know if I do his primary attack, he's going to get a guaranteed crit. So in this case, I'm actually going to use his special, hoping that Lloyd doesn't die. Yes, good. Now we have our heal from Cook Bart ready to go again. And we have a real solid choice of who to put this on. Okay. If we put it on Darwin, because their Lloyd is about to go down. So, okay. I can heal Cook Bart and keep my healer up longer. That's one option. I can put the heal on Argenta and keep Argenta up longer and just sacrifice Darwin, or try and rely on Darwin's ability to dodge, as the team that is about to come my way is a beast mode. The other option is that I don't use the heal at all yet, but that I use an attack to take down Lloyd, get the next round started, and open up with Redbeard's ultimate on, say, their Kai, or possibly even their Garmadon, if I can take him down in one hit. The problem with that strategy is if Redbeard's ultimate misses, I am screwed. So, what do you guys have to say right now? You want to kill Lloyd because RB goes next, so then you can kill a unit in the second wave. That's what Cosmic was going to say. No go on their Lloyd. If you kill their enemy Lloyd, you can counterattack. Oh, I see what you're saying. In the second round, if we open up by just demolishing their Lloyd right from the beginning, then it prevents other people from getting into stealth. Yeah, that's true too. So, it seems like what everybody is saying is that I should use this attack to try to kill the Lloyd in front of me, so that I can open up the second round by just trying to take down their enemy Lloyd, like, right from the beginning. It will require a significant amount of luck, but we can give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. All right, their Lloyd is down. And now, the idea here is that we use the ultimate on Lloyd so that I have the ability to counter on everybody else. Let's see how it works. Let's get a hit. Let's get a hit. Oh, with a follow-up, but the follow-up was dodged. Take him down. No! Oh, terrible news. And now the damage comes out, and everybody just destroys me. Woo! Well, it was good while it lasted. And then we got demolished. But yes, that was actually pretty close. We're gonna try it one more time and see how it works out. I don't think it's gonna work out any better, but we're gonna try it anyway. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, coming in with our pirates, but we are getting closer as we level up our characters, which I guess is to be expected, because that's what happens when you level up your characters. They get stronger. Okay, Lloyd grabs the dodge and puts accuracy down on everybody. We're gonna try this a little bit differently. I'm gonna save everybody's big moves here instead of using them right at the beginning like I was before. And I'm going to actually save my Salty Seas until after Wu does his ultimate, so that I can, to the best of my ability, try to remove the vulnerable right from the beginning. So while everybody has accuracy down, we're just going to keep doing basic attacks. Also, Argenta has clumsy, so it wouldn't do us any good there either. Ugh, all right, come on. We're gonna redo this until we get to like an RNG that even begins to be useful for us, and see if we can do it. But you see what I'm getting at here. Wu can put disarmed, but in this case, he actually doesn't. Hold on a second. I will highlight over and show you. But beat up bricks. Yes, his ultimate does do disarmed. But I've noticed so far that it tends not to in this particular node. And this is why. His ultimate on this particular level is only at 2. So the biggest problem is that it puts vulnerable on everybody, but it doesn't disarm anyone in this first wave. So if you can wait until the disarm comes off and then cleanse, you're in a much better spot. We need to keep everybody alive to the best of our ability until that happens. So if we can just get some lucky RNG here, we might be in a pretty good way. But it does definitely require some lucky RNG, especially because they're just... It means they're just going to keep healing everybody over and over and over again until we get there. All right, check that out. So we kind of accidentally managed to kill Lloyd. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, because that means that Salty Seas is going to heal for less. But we need Wu to use his special ability. I'm going to take this opportunity and prevent Kai from doing damage by simply killing him outright. Ugh. Now we are 1 turn behind being able to make this work, and their DigiJ is about to come out and just wreak havoc on us. What we need to hope is that he targets who? Darwin, I guess? Let's see if we get lucky. We get supremely unlucky. And he instead targets Redbeard and kills him. All right. This is not going to happen today, but I'll be back tomorrow. 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Join me for the morning build as we continue our quest to unlock Ninja Master Wu. Guys, go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I hope that you're having fun wherever you are. And I'll see y'all later. Whew! Wait, Theo says you really need to use Argenta's AoE on Digi J for the Dizzy. Does Dizzy prevent people from taking extra attacks or just from countering? Now that you say that. All right, Theo. Food for thought while I'm gone. And I appreciate the suggestion. Peace out, guys. I'll talk to you later.